Hello, Dominik Laskowski, co-founder of the automation and artificial intelligence agency Automi. I wanted to share with you today a very powerful framework regarding the application of this technology in business. As you know, we don't have that hype around AI. We are rational and only implement business solutions that work and which provide some measurable value. When it comes to the implementation of AI solutions so far, we pay close attention to the costs of human labor and how much can we save simply just by delegating AI to these tasks. In this framework that I will show you, this is probably the strongest use of this technology that we have implemented. I will demonstrate this using our business. It primarily concerns scaling this inbound, meaning all the inbound contacts that come to us. And now, a little bit about entrepreneurship. As entrepreneurs, you know that we humans are always an obstacle to business growth. And now a sales department composed of people is not scalable. And we definitely felt this very strongly last week when we were recruiting salespeople. 3 people were supposed to start with us. One initially started, whom we unfortunately dismissed after a short period of time. And our only remaining salesperson went on sick leave. So from 4 salespeople, there are now none left. And these are normal occurrences that you have probably also encountered in your business. So we determined that we needed to do something about it, and that's how this framework, which I will show you shortly, was created. It has a marketing name, the $1 Million Framework. As you know, the main country where we provide services is the United States and the United Kingdom, so everything here is kind of geared towards that, although this framework can be applied to any service business, any business, where our sales department wastes time calling leads that do not qualify for the service, that do not answer, and that simply waste our time. I will now definitely minimize myself and will indeed strongly show the entire scheme here. What do we focus on? As an agency, we are opposed to cold calling, outreach, AI, because this technology is too powerful and does not align with our values. Everything I am showing you is connected to inbound lead, which creates a super synergy for companies that have marketing and services, run advertisements, and want to convert leads better and effectively. And now I will jump right in to show you the real numbers in a significant way. If the period being studied is 5, it will actually be from September 6 to today. Lead generation campaign. We generated 244 leads. These are the budgets we work with. This is a lead campaign aimed exclusively at businesses, B2B. As you know, these figures are always higher in B2B. In B2C, we pay much less for a lead. The call to action for these ads is to fill out a form where the person leaves their contact details, such as their full name, phone number, and email address. And now the real magic begins, because you see previously, the salesperson would call the leads. As you well know, most people do not answer because they only have time to talk to you at the moment they clicked on the ad. However, you will see that this is not entirely the case. So, from the leads that come in here at the finish line, for the most part, but also on other platforms, most of them are a waste of time. And now, the person, a salesperson, who would have to call this, would need to spend about 10 minutes per lead, right? So, roughly speaking, 10 times 244 is even more time because if calls are not answered, it adds up. But let's assume it's 10 minutes. Dividing that by 60 gives us 40 hours, as you can see that our salesperson would lose if they were working on this, which is like 5 working days. As you know, employees also take breaks. It's not like a machine just sits and calls, so this is also very optimistic. So what did we do? We created voice AI. We used 11 labs for the voice synthesizer. We utilized Whoppy and Twilio. So we combined 3 software solutions. We created a salesperson who is in the foreground and qualifies the leads. What serves as a qualifier in our business at the outset? It is, of course, a culturally asked question. Do you have the funds to collaborate with us? For us, it's money. The question asked politely is, how long have you been running your business? Because from experience, we know that if someone has been in business for a shorter time, they usually do not have those processes in place yet. I am, of course, talking about the statistics, as there are exceptions, but on a large scale, it is a waste of time for us, and now we can also infer a lot from the website. So for now, we are focusing on 2 qualifiers. At the moment someone fills out the form and leaves their phone number, our salesperson calls them in the same second and conducts such a conversation. I will now actually show you this is the funnel when it comes to AI Casper, which has been completely automated here and works for us on autopilot. And so as you can see, there's a pickup here, leads that did not answer the first call come in. So what happens next? There are follow-ups. The next day, after 2 days, at different times, this is a figurative amount, but I operate under the assumption that when someone reaches out to us, meaning we can say that they somewhat engage our resources, which means we lose time on that person. We at least want to find out if they are our ICP. So here the follow-ups seem to drag on, and now there are 2 paths. He received and talked to the bot, and he received but did not talk to the bot. So I will first enter this side sequence of events. Of course, if the qualifier is not met, we place them in the newsletter funnel so they can warm up there. Maybe one day they will join us. So it's like a pit stop, so to speak. And now he was talking to the bot, but not everyone wants to talk, with AI, so we have stage no data voice. And what's happening? We created another AI assistant that communicates with these people, but via text messages. And it does exactly the same thing as that voice, which is qualifying the lead. And now, a funny situation from yesterday. Listen. There was a company that said a bot actually called them. They do not actually want to talk and prefer to speak with a human. And he sent it via SMS, and now AI started responding to it, but in text form, and the company responded excellently to those questions. So it politely answered the questions, and it was a qualified lead. Thus, it entered the next funnel. And that's how it looks, you see. So here is the combination of 2 different assistants, 2 different technologies. Text AI works flawlessly these days, and voice AI is getting better and better. So you see, the key is to pre-qualify that extremely important lead. But at the same time, warm up that lead, because during this conversation, he asks about our services, your services, the price, anything you want to know. He kind of answers those questions. Now I will skip ahead. This is the stage where the qualified companies are, and I want to manually trigger the next sequence here. Why do I want to do it manually? Therefore, based on this analysis, this qualification of the lead, of course, it can be done on autopilot, but I want to review this conversation because even though everything matches from those qualifiers and the website is correct and has that business activity, we sometimes know that this is not a client for us, and we do not want to meet with such clients. This is the stage qualified that I am showing you. And now I am manually moving it to stage potential. And now I know that this company wants to meet with her. I'm manually adding to stage potential, and let's see what happens. There is a voice AI different which has a different task. Its task is to schedule a meeting. Similarly, text AI, another AI that is also essentially scheduling meetings, is essentially setting up a meeting with your client on autopilot. And now it could be an online meeting, it could even be a phone call, but the sales department does not waste time. You have a pre-qualified lead scheduled for a conversation with a salesperson. As you can see, we used 4 AI assistants for this framework, which is simply incredibly effective. Indeed. And now I will show you the real numbers. Here's the funnel for companies that schedule appointments. And now I will show you the meetings that were scheduled completely on autopilot. So we already have a full calendar. Look, all of this happened yesterday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I start counting from 6. So we have 15 meetings scheduled with our ICP without human intervention. This is simply killer effectiveness, time savings, and lead conversion. Because as you know, real-time response to a lead, according to research, results in an 8 times higher conversion rate. I didn't note that it's 8 times higher, but it's definitely 2 to 3 times higher. So if we can, earn 2 to 3 times more, then why not? This is the framework we created. This is the framework we prepared, which we are implementing in order to successfully and efficiently. The cost of implementing this solution is $1,000. And as you know, when it comes to the consumption of artificial intelligence, the more your chatbot uses, the more you pay. So these are the subscription models. I don't want to talk about them right now. The cost of implementing and creating these assistants, this sequence, including the connection, access to our platform, to the CRM, and to these funnels, is a cost of $1,000. So we warmly invite you to implement this technology in your business.